My name's Alex. This is my short film, Pepper Tongue. It's sort of a sketchbook-like experimental kind of 3-minute horror short, which is essentially about like a kid having a nightmare, goes into this dream sequence, sort of inspired by Alice in Wonderland, where things in his kind of real-time bedroom influence stuff in like the nightmare world. So yeah, that's roughly what it's about.
Cool. It's a very vivid film. Like, where does that imagery come from? Is that stuff that you want to get out of your head, or is that what you live with every day?
Yeah, it's what I'm living with every day. It's the curse. I like struggled with like insomnia a lot as a kid and like reoccurring nightmares. So I think that was like the stem. And then stylistically, I really love all that kind of like German expressionism stuff, like that kind of no 90-degree angle rule. So everything, like it starts with a window, but everything's off-piste. And then I love kind of the work of Junji Ito as well, kind of that kind of really horrific black and white kind of sketchy look. So yeah, those were kind of some of the influences in terms of how it looked. And yeah, I think that kind of influenced the black and white kind of color palette. And then I kind of used red in there to kind of like symbolize kind of the monster creature and evil and that sort of stuff.
There's some deep cut influences. When I watched it, it was like, oh, someone saw Salad Fingers too young.
Yeah, I keep getting the salad fingers thing, and I did watch it at a young age. So I loved like really kids films that were, you'd watch them and be like, this is not appropriate for kids, like Return to Oz and like all Tim Burton stuff, Coraline, really creepy films. I've just always I grew up watching that. So yeah, that would make sense.
It is arguably a micro short, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to do a longer version of this as like a proof of
I
concept?
think initially it started out as a bigger scope, but I'm predominantly kind of an illustrator, and so it was quite experimental in terms of how far can I even go with like animation. I kind of did it all frame by frame, sort of on Procreate, and then I was jumping between that software and Final Cut Pro. And so it was all kind of like a Frankenstein first time.
Like, I'm not going to learn how to do it properly. I'm going to learn how to do it how I want to do it.
Yeah, like I just kind of did what, approached it in that sort of way. So I think I would like to dabble more. It was something that I had to keep picking up off the shelf and putting back down. And so I think by the nature of that, it shrunk in size. But I think I'd like to do some more experimenting and some more animation, yeah.
Do you have something planned for what's next?
I think I love horror stuff, and I definitely lean into kind of trying to creep people out or disturb, and I just love horror stuff, so I think it would be horror based. I think it's cool when animation's combined with horror, because you sort of don't see it very often, and I like things that use animation that I think animation, people assume it's for kids or children, but it's cool when it's kind of hybrid with a genre that is more adult.
Yeah, no. I think we got a few of those today, so look forward to the rest of the screening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks very much.
We'll have a little bit of chat on the screen afterwards. Cheers. Bye.